It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, it is Sarah and Diana. Ethan is off this week, so Diana is pinch hitting, and I'm so glad that she is and that she can. So thank you for being with us.
You bet. Yeah, he travels a lot with work, so I was actually...
That happens.
Been in a good rhythm. You haven't needed me to fill in, but as he says, let's get to some news.
All right, let's get to some news. Well, we may never know exactly what happened when two women were severely injured on the mountain coaster in Branson. That incident was back in November on the Copperhead Alpine Coaster at Shepherd of the Hills. Missouri's Division of Fire Safety now says they were not able to determine if seatbelts were properly latched or not. Two women in their 50s flew off the coaster. Investigators say there was a lack of surveillance video and inability to recreate the situation from that day. Plus, the victims apparently are not fully cooperating or not totally cooperating. So the incident cause has now been ruled as undetermined.
What does that mean when it says they aren't cooperating?
You know what? I think it's probably because, I don't know. This is just my guess, but my guess, they are suing them for $50 million. So that is in litigation.
Right.
And I would bet that their attorney said, don't say a word.
Right. Don't talk. It's not a good idea to talk. Yeah.
That's my guess.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
If you broke your neck on a ride, you'd probably sue. You know what I mean? Broke your neck. It wasn't like they got a scratch. They were hospitalized.
I can't imagine. And that's terrible. That whole thing is terrible. So, okay. Well, Springfield, it may be growing. City council members are considering whether to annex several acres of land in Greene County out towards the city of Battlefield. The council will be voting on it soon after hearing input from the public. So if you're the public and need to say something, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, right. I'm sure that there were lots of people weighing in on that issue. This Thursday, mark your calendar, the City of Republic will break ground on a new branch library, Republic Branch Library. This is a nearly $9 million investment with a lot more space, more meeting rooms, even a walking trail. That's exciting. The new library will be constructed on the same lot as the existing one. And fear not, the existing one will stay open while construction is underway. The groundbreaking ceremony is 2:00 on Thursday at 921 North Lindsay Avenue in Republic.
Seems like there's a lot of library expansion projects going on. I don't know the expansion project on South Campbell, the library center. Mm-hmm. They're building something there. So that's exciting. People must be reading.
Well, the libraries are I have been to 2 meetings there recently, and it's like a great meeting space. Everybody knows where it is. There's, not that I'm not reading there because I do that too,
right?
But
free. It's a free meeting space, and that's a big deal for a lot of people.
It is.
We had our homeowners association meeting there because it's free.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very good.
Well, Missouri has a new governor in place. Governor Mike Kehoe, one of his main focuses, he says, is reducing crime across Missouri. And thank goodness for that. He has several ideas to do it, including training officers to assist in federal efforts to find undocumented immigrants, providing more grant money to local law enforcement agencies, and creating a task force aimed at reducing criminal relapse. So sounds like he's got his work cut out for him, and that's a great initiative to be able to have.
Yeah, he was talking about that yesterday at the inauguration, and I know Andrew Bailey was up there with him, the Attorney General. So it sounds like they are on a mission,
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, this is interesting. And my friend who is in marketing, Diana, can weigh in on this. If you shop at Walmart, she is a marketing gal, by the way, if you didn't know that. If you shop at Walmart, you will notice soon a very subtle change, apparently. Walmart has been around for the logo, the company logo has been around for 20 years, and they are changing it right now. They are rolling out the redesign inspired by founder Sam Walton's old trucker hat. So for the occasion, this is a trucker hat. This is not a Walmart trucker hat. I don't have one. My ears are sticking out of it, but this is it. And they found his old one and they are basing it off that. So you can look for the new update online and in store starting now.
I looked it up a minute ago and it looked like they're bringing back the smiley face. Remember Walmart with the smiley? Like where all of their stuff was branded. It was before the little starburst thing they have, the little thing that is like yellow and like, and I saw that in their branded stuff, and they have the classic Walmart, which I think it's always good to like freshen up. Yeah. And freshen up your logo, but to bring back like a classic, like the smiley face.
Right.
Where have you been? We have mixed you smiley. We need more smiles in the world.
You know, what's funny is because I forgot about the smiley face, and it's back as in like, back after, remember, because like 2020, what was it, 2023, 2024, everything that my girls wanted had smiley faces on it.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, there was a season.
You have boys? Did they go through that? Did your boys ever want that?
Are you kidding me? They don't want smiley face anything.
They want what, sad face? Like, no, what do they want?
No, they don't do like cartoon. They'll do like the logo emblem. And I have one kid, I'll just not name him, that's like, I want black. I want all black. I don't want anything that I'm going to stand out. He's not like gothic or anything. He just doesn't want to like stand out. He's like, don't buy even blue for me. And I was like, blue is like a fine color. Don't buy blue for me. That's too loud.
That's so funny.
No, they don't wear smiley faces, Sarah. I think that's just a girl thing. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, yeah. I think it was either last Christmas, not like this past one, like a couple weeks ago, but last Christmas or maybe the one before, but everything was smiley face. And who knew that Sam Walton was apparently ahead of his time?
Yeah.
Or behind his time, one of the two.
I say all the smiley face stuff. I mean, I saw one thing with smiley faces, so I hope there's more.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. Everybody tune in, go to Walmart tomorrow and see what you're going to get. So,
well, speaking of smiles, I hope that this brings a smile to your face, because it certainly does mine. If you look up, you might just see, I know it's a little early, but if you look up, you might see a bald eagle, because it is the season. They're making their way to Missouri as we speak. The Conservation Department says our area is where birds often come in the winter months because of our rivers, lakes, wetlands that provide a steady source of food, all those lovely fishies they like to eat. Already more than 2,000 bald eagles have made their trek to the Show Me State. And I know Eagle Days is coming up this weekend as well. It is a Tyndall family tradition that we always like to go and see. Oh my goodness, we love it.
You are a bird watcher. I like
bird nerd. I'm a bird nerd.
Yeah, it's even more. Like my love for you just increased exponentially. Oh. I love bird watchers. And my kids used to like get a chuckle. They're like, those people are over there watching birds. Cause we like are always on the trail system. Thank you, Springfield Greene County Park Board. But we're always on the trail system. So then you'll see like an older person typically, except for you, Diana, bird watching. And they kind of like chuckle. I'm like, why are you chuckling? Like that will be your mother. And then it will be you someday.
Yes. It is. This is what adulting is like, is when you find joy in watching birds. And I posted a video. It was everybody else, it had snowed. Everybody was out sledding and snowing. And I'm out watching my bird feeder. And I like got the joy of a lifetime, because, Missouri bluebirds are just not very common. Like I remember I saw one time. I go, oh, it's a blue robin. I didn't even know what they were. But no, they are Missouri bluebirds. And I saw four of them at my feeder.
There's been a ton of them recently in my neighborhood, and I don't know why, because I never have previously seen them. Funny, we're in this conversation until like a week ago.
They're migrating. Maybe they're migrating like the bald eagles. So go see them. They are truly majestic. They're amazing, amazing creatures. You can see them up close and personal. Well, not super up close. Obviously, they're like talons and beaks. Well, not be good, but you can see them up close and personal. They're really cool to learn all about them.
Yeah, that's exciting. Okay, well, there you go. Look up and check out the beauty. Okay, thank you. That's our time for now. You're the best. Thanks for filling in. We'll see you back here tomorrow. We hope that you have a fantastic Tuesday.
Yes. Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Command Family Medicine and John's Heating and Air. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Tuesday. We are going to be a little bit warmer across the Ozarks today. Don't get too excited. We're still talking 20s for your wake-up temperatures, and high temps today will land in the low 40s. But every little bit helps, doesn't it? We're adding a couple of degrees each day this week. Yesterday was the coldest day of the work week forecast, and now it's all going to be much warmer as we head into the later parts of the work week. We can't get too used to the warmth, though. I've got big changes in this extended forecast. We'll get to all of that in just a minute. We'll focus on the southwest winds that are starting out for us today. Those kick back into gear. That's going to allow some warmer temperatures to build back into the middle part of the country. Cold front came through Sunday and, of course, knocked our temperatures down. We continue to see a frontal boundary draped across the northern part of the state, and it will allow for some very cold overnight low temperatures in the coming days. Much like this morning when we're waking up in the low 20s, you're going to need all the winter gear every single morning this week. We're melting off the snowpack, slowly but surely, I should say. Roads are great now, but what we are seeing is, the driveways, the places that are stuck in the shade. There's still some ice pack left around if those places were left unshoveled. So this week will do some good in the melting department. And I do think we have more sunshine to enjoy as we head through later parts of the day today as well. Southwest winds return. This means a slow warming trend. We're still in the 40s today. I have 40s tomorrow also. And then it's not until probably Friday that we see high temperatures approach 50s in the forecast. It is going to be much warmer, and that will lead to a lot of melting. But just as soon as we get used to the warmer numbers with highs in the 50s, well, the cold weather is set to arrive once again, and we are looking at some Arctic air arriving by the time we get to the weekend. So the day-by-day forecast here. High temperature today, I have about 41 in the Springfield region. It will be colder up in central Missouri, places that are closer to that cold front. 30s for our northern counties. This includes Lake the Ozarks, maybe Lebanon, a little bit cooler with highs staying in the 30s there. Springfield metro area should make it to the low 40s, and then mid 40s are possible in southern Missouri today. We'll see temperatures tonight fall to the teens once again, and then highs tomorrow, maybe back up into the mid 40s. We're still in the upper 40s on Thursday, and then 50s arrive by Friday. That's when it looks like we have our next frontal boundary and push of Arctic air coming in, and there's at least some chance for some precipitation with that. Now, for our region, at this point, it looks mainly like a rain event, but we're going to have to watch that one carefully for Friday and Saturday. That's what I'll be watching this week in case the cold air is in place a little bit sooner. You know what that means. If we get some moisture, well, it could result in more winter weather. I do expect that Arctic air, though, to be in place and stick around for much of next week. I've been telling you about some of the long-range models, and those are really sticking to their guns. They're saying, yes, not only the Ozarks, but much of the country, much of the lower 48, going to be much cooler than average. For us in the Ozarks, that means high temperatures in the 20s and low temperatures perhaps in the single digits. This is starting on the 18th, lasting through the 22nd. It looks like a blast of cold air. We do not want precip while that cold air is in place because that would mean more winter weather, but that's what I'll be watching for you carefully over the next couple of days. Around the country, we have extremely critical fire danger conditions again today in Southern California. Those Santa Ana winds just not letting up, picking up, in fact, today in the forecast, and those continue to be high through Wednesday. Terrible setup out on the West Coast. We also have heavy lake effect snowfall happening downwind of Lakes Erie and Ontario. A lot of heavy snowfall happening up for the Great Lakes region. Not too uncommon for them in the month of January. And more bitter cold is in store for much of the country. Everyone kind of bracing for this. Again, this is going to arrive this weekend, and it looks like it's going to impact folks all across the country, definitely the Midwest and the Plains, but maybe even down into the Gulf Coast and more portions of Texas, again, are going to get a blast of cold air as we head closer to the weekend forecast. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question for the day. And the question that I left you with yesterday, do you know this one? In what month does winter begin in the Southern Hemisphere? The options are A, November, B, December, C, May, or D, in June? Well, it's not the same as here in the Ozarks when winter begins for us in December. It is D, June, that winter begins in the Southern Hemisphere. They are actually experiencing some of their warmest temperatures right now in the Southern Hemisphere. So if you're looking for a break, head south. That's where all the warmth is located at this point. All right, here's your question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow, and it's a 50-50 shot. True or false? January has the highest average snowfall of any month in the Northern Hemisphere. Do you think that is a true or a false statement? You can let me know your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much to Command Family Medicine and John's Heating and Air for sponsoring Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. And thank you for listening. It's going to be another cold one, but we are heading in the right direction today. Highs back into the 40s and no precip in the forecast for us. So that is great news. I'll be back again tomorrow morning. We'll chat more about that Arctic air set to arrive for the weekend.